just wanted to talk to you because it's been a whole year now since I decided to commit to veganism, and it has been such a positive lifestyle choice. So I just wanted to talk to you about some of the things that worried me and maybe were a bit intimidating before I made the commitment to go vegan. So here are a few of those things that kind of worried me. So the first thing that worried me before I went vegan was having enough to eat. I guess thinking about what I was going to eat. It seems like when you think of all the things that you can't eat, like you can't eat milk, you can't eat eggs. I wasn't eating meat or fish before then, but when you cut that out, if that's something you've been eating, and all of the animal byproducts, you're left thinking, what on earth can I eat? But really, there is so much to eat. There are so many fresh fruits, vegetables, grains, starches, good wholesome food, and even if you're an unhealthy eater, there's still a lot of junk food you can eat too. You just have to make a shift in your perception from what can't I eat to what can I eat and what do I want to eat today. Because if you've got a healthy relationship with food, it's not what can't I eat. That's a really restrictive mindset and not a healthy way to think about what you put into your body. The way that I think about food now is it's fuel, and it's something I enjoy, and I like to think about what I want to eat, what's going to make me feel good. I cook so many different things for myself. I eat so much different food when I go out to eat. I really don't feel restricted at all, so that's not anything to worry about. The second thing that I was a bit worried about before going vegan was getting enough protein, and something that kind of eased my mind was doing a bit of research before I switched over. A book that I really like and highly recommend is The Starch Solution by Dr. John McDougall. There's lots of studies out there that say that you do not need a lot of protein, and his supports it. All right, and he's a doctor, he knows, he's done the research, so it's all there in his book, and you really only need 5 to 10% of your daily diet to be protein. That's not that much. You know, a diet predominantly made of carbohydrates with very little fat and a little bit of protein is sufficient for an adult. Really, you don't need that much protein. You can get enough naturally. You don't need to go out and search for supplements and search for high protein foods. You'll naturally get enough, so it's not anything to stress about. Another thing that I was worried about was eating out at restaurants, eating at other people's houses, and traveling. Now, for eating out at restaurants, there's a few things that you can do. First thing is recommend a restaurant. So if you know that you have some input, you can always go on the Happy Cow app. You can do a Google search for either vegan or vegetarian restaurants or places that have a vegan menu, and you can recommend those places to whoever you're dining with. Otherwise, if you don't have input on that, you can always call the restaurant ahead of time. So if I know I'm going out to eat somewhere, I'll often call the restaurant and ask them what choices on their menu are suitable for me, or maybe see if they can make some special accommodations. Restaurants want you to come, they want your business, so oftentimes they're more than willing to be accommodating. So it's a great thing to call ahead of time. If you're going over to someone's house to eat, the considerate thing to do is let them know when you make your plans about your dietary requirements before you go to their house, and to offer to bring something. If they don't want you to bring something, then you can always make suggestions. Now, for traveling, a tip that I've got is I always like to bring my own food, and that way I know that I'm not going to be hungry, I'm not going to be stuck, and I'm going to get to wherever I'm going feeling energetic and good. Another thing that I thought was going to be a bit tricky going vegan was explaining my lifestyle change to other people. I had been vegetarian for a few years, and I think that was already a bit challenging for some people in my life. Then to go from vegetarian to vegan, which is even more strict, I was really worried that it would be an inconvenience to other people. But honestly, people have been so lovely and so accommodating and really understanding. It just depends on how you go about letting people know about your decision. If you try and force your opinion on someone else and try and be angry with them and try and educate them while you're explaining your change in lifestyle, that can be really off-putting to a lot of people. They don't really want to know all of these things that you're telling them over a meal in particular. So maybe just letting someone know about your lifestyle choice, and if they say, oh, why did you decide to do that, say, it's a decision that I made for myself, and because it's one that I think is good for the planet, good for animals, and I'm really happy with it. You don't need to go into all the details with someone. If they want to know more, they can ask you more. This is just the truth. A lot of people don't really want to hear your arguments, and you have plenty of time to share what you know with other people. You don't have to tell it all to someone in the first 5 minutes that you tell them that you've gone vegan. It's really not that important right then and there. So I think it's all about the delivery that you make and all about how you go about telling people about your decision. And telling them about your lifestyle change isn't the time to try and convert them. And the last thing that worried me about going vegan was buying non-food items that were going to be cruelty-free and contain no animal products. So I was considering cleaning products, I was considering makeup, I was considering clothes and shoes, all sorts of things that you buy casually without consideration in your everyday life. A lot of that stuff can be tested on animals and use animal products in them. So that was really intimidating to me, to think, oh my gosh, I'm gonna have to replace everything in the house. What if I can't find a vegan version of this or a vegan version of that? And it stressed me out, thinking that I was gonna have to do a lot of work in order to find replacements for the things that I was using in my life before. But honestly, the internet is amazing for this, because you can just Google, is this product cruelty-free? Is this product vegan? You can look up lists of vegan and cruelty-free things. If you don't know where to start, go to a health food shop and they'll probably have replacements for a lot of things like toothpaste and sunscreen and makeup, and it's a good one-stop shop. Unfortunately, a lot of the things that you find in health food shops may not be the best vegan product available. Like, I know I've had to test and find things that work the best. But you just need patience when you're making this lifestyle change, and know that you're gonna have to do a bit of research, you're gonna have to read some labels and figure things out, but after you get the hang of it, it's gonna be a lot easier. Now I have a bunch of brands that I know that I can rely on, I know where to go to buy things, and I really don't stress out about shopping anymore. It just is second nature. So those are the things that I thought were a bit worrisome or intimidating before going vegan, but honestly, committing to this lifestyle was one of the best decisions I've ever made. I feel so good. I feel fantastic about my choices that I make when I'm buying things, when I'm eating. I just feel like it's one of the best lifestyle choices that you could make, and if you're considering it, I challenge you to give it a try. Even if you don't think it's gonna be a forever thing, that's okay. Just give it a try and see if you like it or not. That's all you can do, and you won't know if you don't try. So I hope those tips were helpful if you're also considering vegan, if these things worried you, or if there's anything else that's worrying you as well. You can always let me know if there's anything I missed. I wanna know what you're thinking as well, what's worrying you. All right, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.